Adepta have Adepta B musipupum. Adepti bipumusum. What the heck is that? Hold on. I got that one. I actually gotta like divide up. Okay, so take out Adepti. Habimus pupum. Habibus. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Latin phase. Oh, that translates to "we have a pope." It's true. We do have a pope, and he's an Americano. He's a coffee. That's why we're gonna celebrate by painting Jesus. You see, Chris, Jesus was a man.
Very special man.
A special man who died in a cave.
No, he died on a cross.
He died in a cave.
He died on a
You
cross.
can't fake new media. There's no fake media.
I went to church.
Please.
You
Fake
don't,
media.
You could quote a single Bible verse if you had
Fake.
to.
You didn't even paint their base.
Oh, that's fair. I'll get right on that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
We do have a pope.
We do.
Are you excited that he is from America?
How long do you think it's going to take for somebody that we know who's not going to be talked about a lot, because we don't talk politics here, takes credit for giving us quote-unquote said pope in some way or another?
Oh, by tomorrow morning, like tonight at 3 a.m. He will truth about it. He will hashtag truth about it.
I don't want to tell anybody, but I invented the pope. It is the best pope. I know this pope. He's a great pope. I met him long ago. He came to me, tears in his eyes. He said, "Mr. Trump."
Yeah, he did spend most of his professional life in Peru, so I'd be surprised if Trump
Oh my gosh.
knows.
Visit. Thank you for the raid visit. What's going on, man? I just started too. Oh yeah, that's right, because you actually stream on Thursdays.
Yeah, he starts like in the middle of my workday.
Yeah, I'm at work when he
Like a
starts, yeah.
Bad MFer.
Is this true, Visit? Are you a bad...
He's in the middle of a workday.
Are you a
He's
bad
like, I'm
MFer?
over here painting, y'all.
Well,
And
painting
I'm
is
like, I'm
his...
still in meetings.
Painting is his job, though. That's what he does for a living.
But I'm still in meetings.
But I mean, he's still going after you're done with your meeting.
Let's not zero in on what a bad person I am in my week.
I don't think that's what we were honing in on. It's only the middle of the workday in America. Well, yeah.
Oh!
No other place matters. Visit.
It doesn't even sound like he's not from America.
Visit lives in the heart of America. Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Does he get up at 8 a.m.?
Definitely.
I want to go to Seattle like Ellie goes to Seattle. I hate pregnant women in zombie apocalypse stories. Quit letting these women get pregnant. It's stupid. You can't run and survive with a fetus in your stomach. The babies will die. It's unrealistic. Nobody's having babies right now. Maybe the gals in Jackson that are protected. How's that for a rant that's not political?
It's not really a rant because it doesn't make sense. Loving the... Yeah, Buddy Christ. I mean, look at him. He's going to be my spiritual... it's an unfortunate name in the game, but they're called hostages. He's my spiritual guidance hostage.
I think Jesus.
We need to. She doesn't have an argument. Her argument doesn't make sense because she didn't get pregnant in the wilderness.
She got pregnant in the middle of an apocalypse.
Okay, that's not what you argued.
I'm just saying.
You said,
If
oh,
she
maybe the
was-
people back at Jackson, which she
No.
was.
By the time.
Alright, I'm not
she
getting
took
into this
the
discussion.
pregnancy test in that episode, she should have lost that baby from riding the horse all that time. That's how it works. 85% of the time, there are a few special Viking women in this world that can ride horses pregnant. Most of us cannot.
Yeah, Buddy Christ is gonna be. I'm hoping gonna be a huge hit when I'm playing. They're like, I'm a pirate. Is that Buddy Christ? And I'm like, yeah. Check it. My side has God and anime. What do you got? I don't really want to have Buddy Christ as a hostage, though. That is, like I said, that's a bit of an unfortunate nomer there. I wish that could have been a little bit less aggressive. Well, then you guys should give me enough bits to give her a mic. We've already tried this, and she doesn't like it. Because she'll turn it off and wander around the house, and then she'll start talking, and she won't turn it back on.
Answer my call. Hey guys.
Yeah, now you can hear her.
You guys need me to be microphoned?
Bits for another maid stream. I mean, it's not out of the like the realm of possibility. Now we can do it for, you know, a lot cheaper. It's essentially a it funds itself, you know. Lotus said Kara in all caps.
Lotus, I'm your biggest fan, so don't even start with me. My voice is butts compared to your soft, velvety voice.
What'd you paint today, Mr. Visit? From your title, it looked like you were trying to figure out a color scheme down. You got to get your money's worth. My voice is far from soft velvet. That was for you, Cow. Yeah.
I guess beauty and velvety is in the ear of the beholder, because I think your voice has the perfect tone for being on streams or podcasts. There's a lot of females, I'm one of them, who get excited and hyper, and that register just goes up to that pitch point, and it's just not fair to anybody.
I love how everybody loves this Buddy Christ. Okay, this is a hit. People love, you know what? Buddy Christ stocks up.
Well, you know,
It's kind of topical because I think they're doing like a sequel or something
To what? Clerks?
to Dogma, to the Dogma movie. I think they're working on a Dogma sequel with like Ben Affleck and Kevin Smith and all those people.
Was Buddy Christ? Was that Dogma? I thought that was Clerks.
I thought it was
Is
Dogma,
it
but I bet our fans can tell us.
Yeah, I'm sure somebody in chat can tell us. I thought for some reason I was thinking it was Clerks. It's the same. I know they're kind of, you know, they're similar. You know, Jay and Silent Bob. No, it was Dogma.
Here in the chat if you've seen the lesbian one. Chasing Amy, that's what it was called.
It was Dogma, she says.
I thought I was that
Matt.
age, babe.
Matt Damon.
I was kind of there when it was happening, so I kind of remember.
Matt Damon.
When you watched it, it was an old movie, so it was like historical to you.
Matt Damon. That must have been the first movie I ever saw with Matt Damon. Because he was the angel, right?
Dogma, that was the first one you saw him in?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't remember what he was, I just know he was in that.
He was like the fallen angel.
I mean, like, I think the first movie I saw Matt Damon in was, Daredevil. I think it was Daredevil.
I don't think he was in
To be
Daredevil.
fair, I didn't go to the movies for a lot of
I
things.
don't think he was in Daredevil.
Definitely went to see Elektra, not Matt Damon. I was
believe
all
she's
about-
getting Ben Affleck. And
Oh, that's
Damon
true.
mixed
You're
up.
right. Well, I think Ben Affleck is also in Dogma.
Is he? I think Ben Affleck's in Clerks.
I'm not sure Matt Damon's in any of them.
No, yeah, Ben Affleck is in it.
That's
he's
kind of the
Bartleby.
difference.
Is Bartleby the other? I guess he was the other angel, right? The other. Yeah, I know. I know. Yeah, Ben Affleck was Daredevil. Yes. Because I think Ben Affleck was the other. Was the other bad demon, or was he the good one? Ben was in Clerks
You
2,
think
I
Ben
believe, not
Affleck
the
was
first
bad at the end of Dogma?
one. She never lets me finish sentences. What?
I was agreeing with you. I think Ben Affleck is bad at the end of Dogma.
Because I remember, spoilers, by the way, for a movie that's like 500 years old.
25-year-old movie.
Because they're in the skyscraper. I think they're in a skyscraper, right? And at the very end, I know they like shoot off like somebody's wings. I think that was Ben Affleck. Yeah, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie. But I definitely saw that movie when I was way too young. Because I didn't know what the heck was happening the entire time.
You saw a lot of things when you were way too young, not just movies.
Because I think the first scene I remember was them standing on the bridge, I think it was. And Jay said, yeah, well, you know, we can't just have, like, African Americans or something fall from the sky or whatever, and then Chris Rock like falls from the sky or something. And then he's like, yeah, well, we just can't have big breasted like blonde women fall from the sky. And then he like stands there and looks up at the sky. That's the very first scene I remember from that movie. That is definitely so. When I turned that movie on, that was the scene it was on, and it must have just been on TV.
I think I saw Clerks, but then I think I saw Chasing Amy, and then I think I went back and was like, oh, I gotta watch all of these now. But like, I don't think guys really liked Chasing Amy, but I think all the girls loved Chasing Amy. It was a really good movie. It had the girl from, I think it was the girl from Bridget Jones' Diary.
Well, to put it into perspective, I haven't seen any of the Clerks or Chasing Amy. Just to put it into perspective.
Mallrat?
I haven't seen very many of Kevin Spacey's movies. Not Kevin Spacey.
So just Dogma.
Kevin Spacey. Kevin Smith. No, I haven't seen a lot of his movies. Mallrats was the best movie, according to Lotus.
I mean, they did have a great banger sex scene with Shannon Doherty where they did a quickie in an elevator. It was hot. Clerks was good though, in more of like a, coming of age in that, oh yeah, life sucks, early 20s sort of situation. Like Mallrats was kind of young and carefree, and Clerks was kind of like, oh my god, we do have to be adults in this shitty world.
I want to say you are right. I think Ben Affleck might have been in the second one. Because the first one was in black and white, if I remember correctly. Who was the main character?
It was Jay and Silent Bob.
Yeah, Dante Hicks. Yeah, Brian Halloran. Okay, Ben Affleck is in the first one. He's called the Gawking Guy. Okay, he's in it, but he's not like a main character. Dante. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I threaten to stink palm things way too often. I'm assuming that's a reference to the movie. Like I said, I have made many like mental attempts to actually like sit down and watch that movie. It's just never happened. Usually I was going to do it like on a school break or something, because inevitably what would always happen is they'd be like, oh, they'd quote it, and I'd be like, I don't know what that's from, and they'd be like, oh, it's from Clerks, and then I'd have to listen for 20 minutes about how it's very important for me to watch this movie, and then I didn't watch it, and yet somehow life just keeps going. I thought the Clerks animated show was pretty good. I actually have also heard that the animated show was actually pretty not bad.
I mean, Kevin Smith is a pretty good creator. I feel like he does a good job at whatever he puts his hands to.
I mean, Tusk was a masterpiece. Yeah, pretty sure.
I forgot that was him. Oh man, Tusk was indeed a masterpiece. If you guys haven't seen Tusk, I mean, you really need to lower your expectations for what a story's gonna be, because it's way out there.
No.
But
No.
if you can have an open mind, it is amazingly spectacular.
Tusk is 100% a coming-of-age story that I think every young adult goes through at some point, I think. At least once or twice in their life. I thought the yes. And for the record, I do the Tenacious D sculpts have been delivered to the person that I'm going to pick them up from, which hopefully will be this weekend, I think. So I think Sunday I should have them. So we might do a quick little like aside day to paint Jack Black and Kyle Gass as little hobbits. So that might be what we are painting on a Sunday. And hopefully we'll be done with the Star Wars thing by then. I have a sneaking suspicion tomorrow night, because I usually spend a lot of time painting Friday nights. I'll probably be able to finish it, because I think a lot of the stuff that I have left on this thing is probably not going to be anything I show. The last thing I'm probably going to show off for the Star Wars thing is going to be me painting the battle scene in the background. Because me painting all of the like weird lights, nobody's going to want to watch that. Which I will show here in a second. So anybody who is not aware, we've been painting this Star Wars diorama thing for Tisdale. And it's coming out pretty good. Most of the stuff that we have left to paint is these like little inserts here in the like the recesses of the stairs and stuff, because that's all supposed to be lit. That is going to take an obnoxious amount of time, especially when you add in the duty stations. So my plan is I'm gonna paint it this like gray white, gray blue, and then I'll hit it with white, and then I'll just hit it with a probably like a blue glaze, just to be done with it. I'm not doing anything more complicated than that. And then the last thing I'm gonna show you guys is, which we'll probably do today. You paint Star Wars, can I commission you? You can bite the fattest part of my butt. I'm probably going to paint the battle scene in the background here and paint some stars and stuff. So that is hopefully going to be the last thing I show you guys with this thing on the stream. Yeah. Wilmar, why do you want to torture me?
He's liking Dr. D's guns out. I want to get some bits for these hot guns he's got out for you guys.
Happy birthday, Wilmar.
Happy birthday, Wilmar. Dr. D pulled his guns out for you.
I ain't paying bits for those water pistols.
I knew you were gonna say something. You're all I can hear now, Wilmar. Anytime I'm feeling even remotely confident in myself, I'm like, oh, there it is. Here it comes.
Water pistols? Excuse me?
Yeah, this is what I gotta deal with on a daily basis.
No, you do not need to judge a book by its cover. You do not know how strong those guns are. I do.
Yeah, Wilmar.
Never seen your guns out, Wilmar. Always seen you with long sleeves on.
The Jay and Silent Bob. He doesn't believe in showing off. The Jay and Silent Bob flick had some nice gas in it, but the movie I really wanted to watch was Jay and Silent Bob, the teenagers in suburban New York, New Jersey. Yeah, it has a certain kind of, just like a certain kind of storytelling element to it, Well, that was the best part of the Jay and Silent Bob movie, right? Was when they found all the people that did reviews of their movie or whatever. And one of them reviewed that that Jay and Silent Bob were clown shoes. I didn't think that this is what we were going to be talking about today. I guess I should have suspected with when I pulled out Buddy Christ. I should have known. You made me care. Red State was also a good movie. Kevin Smith did. I was gonna say that's another one. I guess I'm just not familiar with his movies. He also did the He-Man animated thing too, didn't he? Wasn't that him? Like the most recent one that wasn't really about He-Man at all? He wrote the last not He-Man thing. Yeah. Was that any good? Kara, didn't we watch like the first episode of that or something? Of the He-Man show that I keep wanting to say Kevin Spacey. Kevin Smith did. It wasn't really about He-Man. It was like about like one of the female characters that was in it. I feel like I watched it with somebody. I can't imagine watching anybody with anybody other than you. Yeah, I had heard the bad reviews and I was curious. I thought it was well animated. But admittedly, I was not I didn't watch He-Man stuff growing up. Because I think I missed He-Man. I think I was a little too young. Or I guess I wasn't born yet, technically. As in, like, by the time I was that age, I think that He-Man thing had kind of already gone by. Like, I definitely remember like Thundercats and stuff. Which, that's another one of those shows where, hell if I could even tell you what the hell was happening. And then again, they did a new animation of that. Was that any good? Because that actually, something I've thought about recently is like how those shows used to kind of exist, where each episode you had to maintain like a certain level of status quo. Like you couldn't really have a whole lot of like character development in like a particular episode just because of the concept that in a serialized TV show like that you couldn't just. Well, I guess a cartoon would have been serial. Well, I guess maybe it wouldn't be serialized, but every single episode for like let's just say a season, there was a certain level of status quo, and any kind of status quo shaking would have had to have happened in either the season finale or the season opener. It's kind of like a Star Trek thing, right? Like you couldn't like kill a captain of one of the Enterprises unless it was, or you couldn't even threaten it unless it was like a season finale. Which they did with like the Borg and Yeah, the one where Riker supposedly, again, spoiler alert for a show that's like 500 years old. When Riker says he's gonna like blow up the Borg ship that Picard is on. You can't make shows like that anymore. I was never into it. That was one of the most blatant show as toy commercials shows. No fundamental changes can happen in shows like that, like old sitcoms. Yeah, exactly. Right. So it's like, could they make those kinds of shows now? I don't know if they could. Like, what do you think would happen if somebody were to... Well, actually, Kara might be able to make comments about this because she watched it, but Boy Meets World, great example, right? Technically speaking, it doesn't matter what kind of lesson Corey learns, he's still a shithead by the end of the episode. But then at the end of a season, something would happen. Like the episode where Topanga and Corey go to like Disneyland or whatever. That was a season finale.
Something.
Right.
It was a big
Because
deal.
it was like a
Or it was
two-episode.
like a mid-season finale because it was like definitely a two-part episode.
So that's when you have to have the character growth. So, but it doesn't matter how many times Corey learns the lesson of, wow, being a dope is not worth it. They can't change the story, which is fine. So then Girl Meets World comes out. Does it follow that basic kind of...
I mean, he's a grown-up adult.
I'm not talking about Corey, I'm talking about the point of the show.
Oh. No, because it's about two girls. There's not really a dope.
Do any of the characters learn lessons over the course of a single episode that...
Oh, God. Both of the girls are learning lessons simultaneously in every episode, yes.
But that show only lasted 2 seasons.
Great.
Okay. So the point I'm getting to is, like, I feel like you can't do what they used to do and make a show that's like, 8 seasons with 30 episodes in it anymore. I just don't think you can do it.
You don't have the longevity to build that arc. You have to push an arc almost per episode.
Yeah, right.
But the trade-off is, instead of getting, something that is very obviously a tiny set in Orlando, Florida, which was what they were filming, I think, original Boy Meets World. I could be wrong, but I think it was Florida. Instead of getting that tiny, just, studio set, no high ceilings, not a lot going on, very little imagination, goofy little fake backyard. Now you get something that was shot in another country, and you get vast views of, insane snowscapes with CGI zombies coming out of it. So it's a different situation now.
Do people think that shows back then were better? That is ultimately my question. That's the point I'm getting to here is, do you think that because you watched every single episode of Boy Meets World, do you think that Boy Meets World was a better show than Last of Us? Or, you know what? Yeah, sure. I guess Girl Meets World could also serve. I can't hear it. Start again.
So I think it's an equal comparison, because Boy Meets World was a 30-minute show that ran for an entire season, so we got 20-something episodes all throughout the entire school year. We waited all week to watch TGIF. We got Boy Meets World. We had our fun. We started our weekend with Boy Meets World. It was awesome. I don't think the kids that watched Girl Meets World on Disney Plus had the same experience. I certainly didn't, because I didn't even find the show until all 3 seasons were out. So I watched it like binge, complete total binge. But I think Girl Meets World was a little bit higher quality. I think the storylines were better written. I think the sets were better. And I didn't mind losing the episodes because, as we have talked about several times with Star Trek Next Generation, there are some stupid filler episodes.
But there are a lot of people out there that would say that those stupid filler episodes are just as important to how successful it was, because I think you need those bad episodes in order for the good ones to shine, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are definitely some people who prefer those episodes.
Yeah, and that, I guess that's one thing with the Star Trek thing, is I think a lot of the episodes can have different meanings to different people, which, you know, is probably the case for more modern shows as well.
I think for me, I tend to need like the ultra cultivated presentation. And I appreciate that, you know, 30 years later, Girl Meets World is significantly better cultivated than it was 30 years ago on ABC on Friday night TGIF. But, you know, in the same vein, I also appreciate things that are cultivated better now. Like, you know, I regularly shy away from indie music for something that's significantly higher produced. Don't make fun of me. I know one of those podcasts sounded really bad this week.
22, 24 episodes per season was the network standard back then. That's how you get bottle episodes. Yeah, 100%. The only thing I'm curious is, do we think that TV, and I say TV sort of in quotations just because of the fact that, you know, TV's not TV like it used to be, do we think it's better now than what it was before, where you had to wait a week to watch an episode on ABC at a very specific time?
I do, and also, I don't want to commit more than 8 weeks to a TV show at this point in my life. I just realized I haven't been watching The Handmaid's Tale, and I'm like 6 weeks behind on that. Well, at this point, I'm probably just going to let the season finish out so I can binge it in a weekend. But the reality of it is, like, even if I'm going to binge The Handmaid's Tale and it's 10 or 11 episodes, like, I can do that in a weekend. I don't have to take a week off from work to do it. If I got it in my brain that I needed to binge Boy Meets World before I could be productive again for some stupid, spicy brain, neurodivergent reason, that would be really problematic. I'd have to take 2 weeks off of work.
I'll be honest, I blame public schools.
Have you played the Pirates?
Question from the audience, why the fluff is Kara so loud tonight?
It's because she's on a microphone. You guys are just unpleasable. She needs a microphone. Wait, she's too loud.
I'm on a microphone. No, I'm not on a microphone. Oh my god, get over yourselves. This is why I told you guys I don't need a microphone. I have told you guys over and over and over again, you don't need me on a microphone. I have a high-pitched, not beautiful Lotus velvety voice. Have you played the song for them? Please play the song for them.
Yeah, normally you can't hear her because she's going through my mic, and she's on the other side of the house. Alright, let me play this song. This is the new intro song for the Raise the Black. Part of Arachne.
Sailors bold and hear the tale we sing of Dr. D and Scarlet Widow, who wore the stormy rings. With clever hands and daring dreams, inventor of soup held anchor's grasp. In every port their legend grew, the tales unsurpassed. Raise the flag and hoist the sails, for the seas we roam. The cauldron bubbles rich and warm, our hearts they call it home. With spices from the seven seas and tales of daring flight, we toast to her, our captain true, you moon and stars so bright. In tempest wild or calm at sea, the courage never fails. A master of the winds and waves, on every ship they sailed. With potion soups and remedies, they healed the sailor's plight. Cunning plans and hearty meals would steer us through the night. Raise the flag
You're a sweetheart, Lotus. Nobody tells me I have a high-pitched voice. I just know it.
hearts that call it home, with spices from the seven seas and tales of daring flight. We toast to her, our captain true, if moon and stars so bright. If moon and stars so bright. Through stormy gales and waters deep, Dr. D's guidance was our guide. The Scarlet Widow, fierce and proud, with honor and with pride. Inventor of soup on the ocean vast, his name forever sung.
Makes me feel very jaunty.
Upon the seas they flung. Raise the flag and hoist the sails, for the seas we roam. The cauldron bubbles rich and warm, our hearts they call it home. With spices from the seven seas and tales of daring flight. We toast to her, our captain true, if moon and stars so bright. If moon and stars so bright.
And that is for the Raise the Black Arachne segment. Which I completely forgot to really market that second episode, but there was 2 episodes that dropped this week. One was for Netwatch, the other one was for Raise the Black. So if you are interested in the Summer of Plunder thing, we did talk to the Blood and Pigment people. I keep forgetting to actually tell everybody that came out. But if you're on automatic download, you would have already got it, because it is out. So if you're curious at all about how to run a worldwide campaign or how to where to get some ideas, it's actually a pretty good spot. They had some pretty good ideas. Even as just like a concept, I think it's an interesting listen to, because even if you're not like interested in playing this game, I think it provides a pretty good framework on just how to do an interesting campaign system. Still need to finish listening to the interview episode. Well, they're both interview episodes, but you probably mean Mike. And I just got back to the warehouse guy at Firelock, because they're sending us stuff for the event that I'm doing for Blood and Plunder at the local store early next month. They're going to give us some terrain and stuff, which I didn't even know Firelock sold terrain. Wilmar, you can still go to the event. You know, you can just use my stuff, right? Because I'm not in it.
Oh, Wilmar, he's sweet to you.
Do what?
Area so I can break them.
Because the camera can't focus if this is in the shot. But yeah, if you guys are at all interested, it's an interesting talk. They're good guys, Jason and Joe. And I have been thinking about what we're going to talk about next. Honestly, I'm excited. I've had a new boat on order for like 3-4 weeks now, I think. It still hasn't showed up, to my aggravation, but it supposedly is going to be shipped at some point.
Just have faith, Dr. B.
the only thing that's really kept me calm is knowing that since the crew's not fully painted, it's not like it's the limiting factor in what I need for Nova.
The only thing that's kept him calm is my mouth. Can you hear Tom calling to town over there on that Benny Bone?
Yeah.
Bubby, what are you grunting at? What is making you sad down there, Bubby?
You're not even laying completely on the bed there, bud. What is this? You're not on the bed.
He's practicing for his OF.
You're on the bed. What is this? He doesn't like that.
He doesn't like it when Dylan judges him. Such a judgmental father. Where did you learn that?
He got a head of hair now.
Oh.
So Nova, or Lotus. You said you're only going to Nova for a single day?
Which day? Shout out to all those people we got on here tonight. 21 viewers. Thank you.
Yep. That is very thankful for Visits raid.
Visits raid is super awesome. They are kind of the best. And Lotus always comes.
She does. Yes. Yeah, I'll probably be there for a day. Which day are you going to be there? Because you have to do that. You have to do that thing where you and Mike.
Oh, you can tell us privately in DMs if you don't want to like dox yourself on.
All right, it'll probably be there Saturday. Okay, we should be there as well. What's wrong, junk ball?
Is it, guys?
Oh, he hobbling.
Oh no, you feeling bad, sugar? Do you want some ice?
Some ice on your poor little child. Okay.
Mommy's pain is not important. Alright, where you gonna lay down? Where you gonna lay down? Go lay down. Where you gonna go? Go lay down. Come on. Where you wanna go? You wanna go down there? Okay, come on. Come on, right there. Where you go?
I don't have enough PTO to do the full day, full week. I expect to see a maid. You will not. Yeah, you'll be ashamed. There will be no maid. Kara might be dressed like a pirate lady.
I'm only coming on Sunday. I might miss you.
Yeah, she is only going to be there Sunday. She's going to go into the city on Saturday.
I don't think that's the right size, sugar. That'll be kind. Enough. Nobody cares about your opinion.
Damn! Might have to extend the weekend.
Who said that?
Lotus.
I mean, you can stay in our room. I like Dr. D hasn't ever, you know, crashed and somebody's already paid for a room before to just go to an extra day at a con, right?
That's true. I've slept on a floor once or twice.
We know how it goes.
Because are you driving? Or are you flying?
Please feel free to ignore any questions you don't feel like answering that he asks you. Prying into a female's life here on live internet.
Can't not throwing this ball right now. I'm 18.
Okay, you live close by. Okay.
We have never been to DC before, both Dr. D and I, so this is a first for both of us.
Well, regardless, it'll be good to see you, Lotus. DC's nice. You should definitely go to the museums while you're there. The Smithsonian is free. I doubt I will have any time to do much of anything, but I'll keep that in mind. I guess we don't have to rush. No, we do, because we're leaving. I gotta look at actually when the hotel nights are. Because if we're leaving on Monday, I mean, I guess technically we could go to a museum before we left.
I figured while I was bumming around town looking at things, I might find a good one and be like, ah, before we leave town, you have to see this. This is the one. And I figure it's probably the Lincoln Memorial. We'll look around and see. But I think that's probably a pretty good bet for both me.
I was thinking I'll probably... Thinking I probably will just park on the, like the, you know, not the museum, but the monument stairs going up to Lincoln, you know?
Sure. That's exactly where your beat up old Mercedes should be.
Alright, so this is going to be the hardest part of this, but it is going to give me some sweet freehand points, is we're going to be drawing a line around his robe. So everybody, wish me luck.
Walk.
Was it ever established if Visit got a free ticket to Nova? Lotus? I was in there once and it sounded like a guy was about to give him a free ticket. Did that happen? No, he's not going. Okay. When is he going to stop using his excessive poverty to slow him down? I mean, the rest of us have it. He's getting a puppy around that time. That's a good reason. All right, that's pretty righteous. Good for him.
I will now post and whip it out, and everybody else should as well.
We don't do whip it out on Thursday.
We should definitely do whip it out on Thursday, though. Okay, you don't have to look at it. It's there for the next whip it out.
Just put them on the tray. You can take the ones on there off, because you're not, except the one I got to do the water on.
Which is the one you have to do the water on. Oh, the guy with the sand?
Afraid to open it. Well, what are you afraid to open? Her
Little red coats, little red coats. They all have little green scarves.
Okay, so then we're going to paint all that yeller. And then after that, just a couple little cleanup things, and then he's done.
I am done painting for tonight.
Okay.
Unless I get another burst of inspiration.
I will plan around that. That's very easy to plan around. So there is a hockey jersey that is on the internet of a Buddy Christ like hockey jersey, and I've absolutely adored it. I've always wished I could buy it, but it's just a little too expensive. At least I live in a part of the world where I can use a hockey jersey because it's not insanely hot. So I don't know. I feel like maybe one day when I do manage to get it, I'll be like, wow, I'm so cool. Chris will think I'm cool, right, Chris? Chris? Guys? Guys? Chris, we think I'm cool? Oh, nerd! No! No! Lotus, you've betrayed me! No!
What did she say?
She called me a nerd. Nope.
You are a nerd.
Buddy Christ ain't cool? The 90s are over? No.
I will put on my super low-rise jeans and let you know just how alive the 90s are.
Chris, you have made an enemy this day.
More than one.
I still dress like it's the 90s when I'm not at work or here. I go for the maximum slacker. Take a take a number, sister. Absolutely unbelievable. But wait a minute. You're telling me the 90s are over, but everybody that's come in here is like, are you painting Buddy Christ? That's sick! By the way, great job on the robe. It looks divine. Oh, thanks, Chris.
No.
Do you see me getting my freehand points right now? Do you see this? Do you see it, Chris?
Hey, Dr. D.
Yeah.
Do you want to take a break for some cookies and cream ice cream?
I guess. Freehand? Is that a euphemism? No, it is not a euphemism. It's actually just it actually is cookies and cream ice cream. Is that a euphemism? No. We're not gonna euphanize our dogs. What are you talking about? Who can say no to cookies and cream? It's true. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. That's true. That is very, very true. Alright, well, while I'm eating ice cream, we need something to talk about. We should talk about what I'm going to paint next.
When does your boat arrive?
I have no idea, unfortunately. And I'm not painting that on the stream. I'm hoping that
Because it's too big?
it's just way too big for the camera.
That makes sense. Then why don't you pick a unit or something to paint?
This robe color scheme would be perfect for Mary P. Okay, so this is exactly what you want then. Perfect. Okay. This is my usual red recipe, so that's good. Yeah, there's a couple things that we have lined up that we can definitely do. Your Mary P is definitely on the docket because I don't want that to sit too long. Magical Girl Assault admittedly might not be on the immediate docket. I mean, look at how thick these girls are. Look at those thighs. Insane.
Those guys could crush a watermelon.
And a tanuki? Look at that. Molotov cocktail. And I'll probably do most of them. I'll probably do like the cami colors because they're all wearing like the little cami outfit from Street Fighter. You made me something. Oh, Rylan, you shouldn't have. Check my DMs. Oh boy, here we go. The Brush of Glory. Okay, I'm going to listen to this while I'm eating. Chris gave me a really fancy box. Alright, so there's Mary. We're going to be painting his Mary at some point, and then he has a authorized bounty hunter in there that we're going to be painting like Ryan Gosling from Drive. What am I eating? We're eating cookies and cream ice cream. Which feels kind of like redundant, right? Because isn't all ice cream technically cream? Alright, as soon as I get this chest medallion thing to not look bad. Sorbet ain't, yeah, but we're not talking about. Is sorbet technically ice cream? Or is sorbet technically? It's not sorbet. I'm dumb. Sorbet. Is sorbet ice cream? I thought sorbet was like yogurt.
Like a fruit mix.
What?
Like a fruit mix.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Right, yeah, it's like a fruit thing. Yeah, Italian ice. Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Yeah, I was gonna say there's definitely not cream in that. Well, that doesn't pertain to what we're talking about. Well, then it's not ice cream, Chris.
What are cookies and cream ice cream?
Chris, don't be ridiculous.
With mint Oreos in them.
Alright. There he is. So, Rylan made me a gift. The Brush of Glory. I've had a brush with glory once or twice in my day. It was called running to the bathroom and barely making it. Oh, my boy would like that. My boy, look at this. Sponsored by Oreo. Touching cloth. Yeah, what you said. Here we go. Here we go.
With steady hands and dreams, the canvas, tiny plastic gods.
That's as high as I get it.
Battleground of silent odds. He wakes up with a mission in mind. Cup of coffee and a hero to crime.
Yeah, you're not wrong about the coffee thing.
I'm dropping. I love you guys.
Followers watching every blend. He's got patience that will never end. Layer by layer, the vision grows. Under the cam light, his legend glows. Draw brush the stars and line the void. No mold line missed, no soul destroyed. It's not just pain, it's prophecy he cries. With brush raised triumphantly. Sometimes he questions what they know of all the care in every stroke. A tiny shield, a polished blade. From chaos, tiny worlds are made. Ride the lightning, paint the flame. Dr. D's got thunder in his name. Many warriors, bold and bright. He brings them to life in the neon night. Oh, we cheer his glory. With every stroke
That's pretty good. Yeah, I've definitely touched cloth a couple times. Now that I know what that means. I think it nailed the description for style. An 80s arena rock. That's what it's called, arena rock. That's definitely arena rock. Epic blending the soaring male vocals and emotional build of Journey. Absolutely correct. The theatrical harmonies and drama of Queen. I could see that, yeah. And the rhythmic punch of the Police. Full of power chords, melodic solos, triumphant choruses. This track captures the heroic spirit of miniature painting with a neon lit passion. Yeah, I could say that's pretty accurate. Yeah, that was good. I really dig that. I might use that as the whip it out music. Yeah, it definitely knows what it's doing. I don't know if it can take my job quite yet. I don't know if AI can smush bones. Now, mind you, it might be able to help us figure out what to smush, but I don't think it can actually do the smushing. I told it to write a song about an out-of-work plumber that needed to write a song and sell it to Atlantic Records and be performed by Coldplay so that he could pay his bills. It gave me something pretty spot on. Not gonna take your not gonna take your job. Hero Force now prints color minis. Believe it or not, Rylan, the majority of my income, nothing to do with models. I would venture to say a chiropractor is just a controlled car wreck. Kinda. I guess that's sort of true. I would say that it's me relieving pressure on the nervous system caused by, structural, emotional, and dietary concerns, but I guess you could kind of think of that like a car crash.
I think only bad chiropractors are like a car crash.
That's true. If they're a bad chiro, they can definitely be worse than a car crash. You can grab this when you're ready.
Good job, babe.
Thanks. Alright. Let's keep going. Are you guys ready?
So ready.
You're like a reverse car crash from Tenet. Wouldn't that imply that I'm a forward car crash because Tenet is like backwards? You see, we could really get into the weeds on this. What do you mean by specifically by Tenet? Do you mean the forward part or the back part? You're not ready? All right, tell me when you're ready, Wilmar. We'll wait. All right, everybody, wait. Put down your brushes and stuff. We gotta wait for Wilmar. I'm not ready. I'm still waiting on my ice cream. Rylan, aren't you married? Don't you have a kid? Tell him to go get you ice cream. Guys, you better hurry. Lotus is holding her breath. She might actually pass out. I got another thing from Rylan.
Don't do it, Lotus. I need your beautiful voice.
Also, should it be said that you are Mr. No Talent? Rylan? I'm assuming that's your name on the thing. 22 years married as of Tuesday. Congratulations.
That's impressive.
21-year-old kid. SD has to finish his curl set. I'm not ready, still holding on. Wilmar, are you ready? Lotus! Just keep holding on. I'm gonna have to get started. I don't want to see Lotus lose consciousness. I'll have to follow you on here. Wilmar's being too slow. All right, I'm starting. Lotus, take a breath. Breathe. I can't keep holding on. I'm dying. Breathe, Lotus, breathe. I want you to know, Wilmar tried to take you out. He tried to take you out back. Oh, it would actually help if I finished doing what I was supposed to do. Ignore me. Tiny lungs can't hang. They're so small. My tiny little lungs. Lotus, it's okay. I saved you. I am the hero of this story. Wilmar, as per the usual, is what they call El Bandito. Ignore me! Is what they call El Bandito, which I believe is Spanish for the devil. Or it's either the devil or like big chicken or something like that. Ignore me. What a weird episode, by the way. Now he's doing 200 200 Nordic curls. It's sick, dude. 200 of them?
What's a Nordic curl?
It's essentially like a trunk lift. You remember that machine I really loved at the
Yes.
gym?
Yeah.
It's that, except you do it like kind of like flat on the ground.
Gross.
It is an extremely healthy exercise.
That sounds extremely hard.
It is one of the best exercises for back pain. So if you have back pain, being able to do a Nordic curl would be very helpful. A Nordic curl might be a little tough to start with. I would probably say do maybe like Superman's first. I probably would not recommend starting with a Nordic curl. You might give yourself a big boo-boo. But Superman into a trunk lift. I bet that do you right. Sick. Okay.
Look at that booty, show me the booty, give me the booty, I want the booty, back up the booty, I need the booty, I like the booty, oh what a booty.
Pirates love booty. Alright, we're gonna play this other song. Boom! So this is played by Coldplay to help this plumber make rent.
I've been knee deep in broken lines, tried patching dreams with borrowed time, flooded rooms and empty pay, but I kept holding on anyway. And every leak I've ever sealed still couldn't fix the way I feel.
What is today? Thursday.
But I believe, I still
think he said he was doing something
believe
today.
there's a light behind these busted seams. If I fall, I'll fall right through.
It doesn't.
Just to break
It doesn't sound like Coldplay. It sounds like Sting.
Yeah, I believe, I still believe. Even broken things can sing.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like Coldplay. And I say that as a Coldplay fan.
I've got a song and not much else to lose. But maybe
I took a picture on my phone that included Coldplay. That's something I was listening to and I got made fun of.
So here I stand with
That's how much of a
shaking
fan.
hands, hoping words might understand. I believe, I still believe.
I probably got made fun by
There's
a
a
movie.
voice inside the in-between.
Because I was showing Street near my house, which has a funny name.
Just to break through the blue. Yeah, I believe, I still believe.
Is it still named that, Carol?
Even broken
The funny
things can sing.
street name near our house?
No, they can't.
They did
If
change
all
it.
I have is this melody,
Because now that we live here, I don't have my
will you
GPS.
carry it home for me?
That's where I would
If
hear
I
the
don't
laugh.
make it through the storm,
Yeah, it's
will
like a
my
petition
song
or
keep
whatever.
someone warm?
Laura drives a good name.
I believe, I still believe there's a light behind these busted
Rylan, are you
seams.
sure
If
that's
I
Coldplay? Have you ever listened to
fall for
Coldplay?
you, just to break through the blue. Yeah, I believe, I still believe.
Like that little verse right there, that was kind of Coldplay, but his voice sounds like Stain. I forget the guy's name from Stain, but it sounds just like him.
Can sing.
And my dad made me listen to Stained a lot. Singer isn't going to sound like Coldplay. Like a couple little verses in it kind of had the Coldplay vibe to it. I'll give full credit on that one, yeah. But the singer itself definitely sounded like Stained. Unless you pay. Okay. Well, I don't want you to pay.
They
I mean-
killed Bussy Street?
They did. Yeah. Bussy Street no longer exists. They couldn't handle the name.
They heard you laughing about it.
I bet. I was laughing like non-stop hysterically, very loudly, because it was funny.
What's this gonna sound like? Badonka donka 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 donkey donka 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 donk $% hash less than 3 roll.
That actually sounded just like Coldplay. Okay, so you have heard Coldplay. I was a little worried, okay? I'll admit, Rylan. I'm actually kind of curious to see if the network gets any money from me doing the Deezaster Zone on YouTube.
You would never be able to make Blazing Saddles today. If you did, you'd get sued for copyright infringement.
That's true. That's true on a large scope of levels. Yes, that's true, Rylan. Well done. I got a good one. I saw this one today. So a man goes into a forest, and he walks up to a tree, and the tree says, "No, sir, don't cut me down. You can't cut me down. I'm a talking tree." The lumberjack looks at him, kind of shakes his head, and he's like, "You might be a talking tree, but you're gonna die a log."
What's the best thing about dating a trans girl? You don't have to meet her parents. My wife suggested that she would donate her old clothes to the starving. I said to her, whoever needs her clothes surely could not be starving. That's when the fight began. Last one and then I'm going to bed. You don't need 100 men fighting hand to hand to kill a gorilla. You just need one toddler to climb into the enclosure. We learned that in 2016.
That stinks. I don't usually use this kind of language. But yeah, Dick's out for Harambe. That poor guy didn't deserve what he got. Rylan! You can't say that.
Man, you are really getting on Ryland's case tonight.
Hello everyone, it's me John Malifaux.
Oh,
I
no.
am about to summon all over the place Uning and OBD. That's the stuff doctor likes to see.
Oh, baby, that's the stuff. You know what? If you played a less broken game, maybe that wouldn't be a problem, Pizza. Alright, Mr. Smart Guy, you're telling me... By the way, good night, Rylan. Thanks for hanging out, bud. And thank you for the very inappropriate jokes that I will 100% not use in public. You tell me that you take Zoraida without any summoning. You go ahead and you tell me that. Zoraida did get released. I'm glad to hear it. How's the pain? What's it like being a Bayou main? I imagine she's not all that different. It's actually okay. Bad Juju is it's about time he's actually good. Poor Bad Juju's been going through this entire game just like meandering from place to place. Never finds like a home. I mean, I guess he wasn't so bad last edition, but I think Kurgan did not help. I think I'm gonna become casually, right? Just casually, the world's greatest Blood and Plunder player. And when people see me walking down the street, they're gonna be like, "Wow, is that the guy that played Harry Potter?"
They're gonna say that job.
No, because everybody says I look like Daniel Radcliffe. Or I used to, anyway. I guess nowadays they say, "Is that Mr. Bean?" I get called Mr. Bean.
Yeah, you do get called.
I get called that a lot. I don't know why. I still don't really know why, but
I think it's something you do with your face. It's not all the time. I see it every once in a while.
yeah, it's the expressive face thing I do.
Yeah. And I think it's also that you're kind of boisterous
I am a little boisterous sometimes.
in a jolly way, and that's unusual for men.
I was told today by Nina that I have a Eeyore complex.
Yes, yes you do.
So how can one be Eeyore and joyously boisterous? It's a complicated thing.
It is. You have a big swing in your pendulum.
I do.
You got a lot of emotions to work out.
I do.
You got big feelings.
I do. Mostly for Rylan.
I know. Mine are for Lotus.
Yeah, we gotta figure all this stuff out.
Alright, I'm heading to bed.
Kara's going to bed. I am not painting Trench Crusade. This is... Do you know who this is?
Is it God?
Do you know who this is, Pizza?
God!
This is not God. This is from a movie. Is that the dude? No, it is not the dude. That is a good guess, though.
Good guess.
That is a very good guess. No, this is Buddy Christ.
He's definitely doing the dude's move.
He is.
Dude,
Good night, Carl.
Love you.
What about me?
Thank you.
What about them?
Good night, everybody.
Good night. Love you too. You looking at that guy's profile picture?
Yeah.
I think it's a dude.
No, I got a tree hugger shirt on tonight.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, this is Buddy Christ from Dogma. And in Blood and Plunder, he's going to be my religious advisor. Thank you for the follow, Wee Lonk. I have a feeling I know who that is. This is a Blood and Plunder man. This is a man who loves booty. We are painting my religious advisor guy for Blood and Plunder. Sure, and you do Oak and Iron. That's my poison. I have not actually started Oak and Iron yet. It's only a matter of time because I love boats. So unfortunately, there's gonna be a point. There's gonna be a point where I have to do it. But yeah, so I've seen him in the Blood and Plunder stuff a lot, and I saw that he was sitting in there by himself, so I gave him an invite for him to come hang out with us. All Firelock is good, but give me those sheeps. Yeah. It's a matter of time. Like, I can feel the pull where Blood and Plunder and Cyberpunk are the only things that I want to play anymore these days. A little bit of Infinity. Little bit of Infinity still in there. But Firelock games have the perfect blend of just enough tactical crunch to it. The rules are not overly complicated. There's not a new edition every 2 years. And it's historical, which just kind of tickles my pickle. But on my desk, there's currently a lot of British. Mr. Wollonk here is unfortunately playing French, so we're not going to hold that against him. But there's a lot of Blood and Plunder on this table trying to get done. The Summer of Plunder is coming. And again, as a reminder, the second episode of Raise the Black did come out. I put it out on Monday. I keep forgetting to send it out. But I talked to Blood and Pigment, and we talked about the Blood and Plunder campaign thing called the Summer of Blood, or well, there's going to be a lot of blood. The Summer of Plunder, and what's going to be coming up. So hopefully I can get in touch with some of the leaders of the different communities, and we can have some kind of up. I don't want to say upkeep. What's the right word? It's like updates on the campaign. Because I love Blood and Pigment, but they only put out one episode a month. So I'm here to help. I am not the quartermaster in our local area yet, but I will be the quartermaster of the planet Earth. The best cheeses. Oh man, I haven't used Twitch in a long enough that I forgot about ads. Yeah, the ads are kind of stinky. Wollonk, if you're here when Mike is here, he might just gift you a sub later, so just hold on to that. You're still embargoed from Infinity, mister. Okay, fine. Do the French have cheese for the base? Cheese for the bases. It's not a bad idea. The best cheeses. You know what? It's a matter of time. It's not a matter of if. When I eventually do, when I French, I might have to do that. I might have to just put some fancy cheese on their base. I guess I'm not allowed back in the Infinity community until I get the okay. I am Infinity. Alright, give it a little bit of that. Yeah, I don't know where Mike is today. Dylan talks about Infinity on the Arachne podcast. Yeah, I assume Mike is out on a date or something. That sexy, sexy man. Alright, guys. We're approaching the end here. Prepare your anus. I have ordered a Edward Kenway as well model because I will be doing the Assassin's Creed Black Flag's ship as probably my next project for this game. Is what allowed? Oh god. Oh god. Something broke. That's okay. Is what allowed? What, putting cheese on the base? I think that just matters of what state you're in. Here in Massachusetts, I don't know, I could probably get away with whatever I want. Did any of y'all play Battletech before? My local area seems to be hyped about it. Yeah, I would say that Battletech has been on a massive upswing lately. Wilmar's a big player of it, actually. He's kind of the... Would you say you're, like, sort of the head of a little group of people that play it, Wilmar? He's doing a little campaign. Is completed. It's Buddy Christ. Ready to give you some Jesus. I'm the John Battletech of our LGS. He is completed indeed. Indeed. Yes. Great success! I love robots, so I'm curious. I will say, I don't like big robot games, or I don't like big robots as a concept, but even I've been tempted by Battletech because I really love the charts. I'm a chart guy. And Wilmar, but Wilmar said he doesn't want to play it with me. So I figured it was probably best if I just stood aside for that one. We're going slowly through the hinterlands, blah, 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 blah. So, because that campaign is you and at least, like, what, three other people? Three? That is one of those games where if I started playing it, I would unfortunately go very hard. What's wrong, Chunk? Enough! Are you okay, buddy? Is your leg bugging you? Yeah, thank you, Chunk. Are you okay? You said I can't play any more games because my tummy because my tummy hurts, and my mom said I go take my ball and go home. Did I say that? I don't remember that. I mean, I guess I could have said that. I have a distinctive feeling I didn't say that. He be speaking the wise words of Dogod. Bubby has this thing where if I pet the dog next to him, he wants to have a hissy fit, and Chunk is... We played ball pretty hard today, so I'm a little worried about his knee. So you see me picking up this bottle, I might get bit, because he's upset that I'm reaching down on the floor. Nowhere near him, mind you. Yeah, and Chunk left. I'm sorry, Chunk. Yeah, his leg is stiff. Okay, hold on. Let me go help him. I'm coming, buddy. I know you want up on a couch. I'm coming, buddy. Here we go. Good boy. Let me get your ice pack, buddy. Yeah, if we play fetch too hard, he hurts his leg. Because he got a funky knee. You'll be okay, buddy. It's okay. Yeah, you're a good boy. Don't you listen to Bubby. He's just a big dummy. I'm just going to give him enough ice for him to be able to comfortable to fall asleep, and then I'll take care of it later. You're coming to the office with me tomorrow. We're going to laser your knee. Make it feel better. Alright, guys, I'll be right back. Yeah, I usually don't care about Bubby growling at me, but when Chunk's in pain, I don't have time for that. Okay. It was in the middle of you leaving our game early when you had to make it to Madam Web. Madam Web red carpet world premiere. Well, they invited me specifically because they knew what big what a big Spider-Man fan I was, right? And they knew if they could get me, they could get everybody. They knew it. Actually, I shouldn't do this first. I should do the gray. Carnival is also blooming in our area. Actually, it's funny you say that. I wouldn't say it's blossoming in our area, but me and Wilmar do want to try it. That part is true. He did cut our game early because he had to be there for the Madam Witch. Yeah, because Carol really wanted to see it because, you know, it was an all-female cast. And she's like, oh, it's the superhero movie that I'm going to really like. Yes, I agree. I guess the question I have for you is, does it have to be... It doesn't have to be a weekend, right? Because I'm about to get a lot of Thursday evenings sort of free. Or I wouldn't say evening, I'd say middle of the day, but you work. Yeah, because I assume the best place to meet you, Wilmar, is probably Squablin, if I had to guess. Because I'd like to try it before Summer of Plunder. Because while that's going on, I'm probably going to be pretty, I don't know, preoccupied, I guess might be the word. Nah, I mean, my next 2 Saturdays just opened up, but I could also do a weeknight. Next 2 Saturdays. Okay, let me ponder that. I'll look at my schedule and I'll get back with you. Squabbling is easiest. Okay. Squabbling is... I will keep that in mind. Which, actually, that is one of the things that I was going to ask is, what do you guys... Well, if I'm going to play a game against Wilmar, I should definitely focus on completing the Venetian Navy, guys. Because I was going to ask if you guys might find it more interesting for me to paint the fishy guys first. Because I think that is the crew... Mike is going to try, because he said he was interested in it. Especially if you don't have to pay anything. Because again, I was lucky. A show fan sent me a box of it for free. I had to force him to let me pay the shipping for this big box of stuff. Which is wild. Which I cannot state how appreciative of that I am. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to go varnish Buddy, and by the time I'm going to wrap up the stream, I can come out and put the water stuff on them, so I'll be right... Actually, I can just keep talking. Because I'm not going far. Okay, my starter set is built and based. I was going to prime it tomorrow or Saturday. So I guess the question is, How much longer am I gonna do this? Probably like another hour. Am I gonna have enough time to do what I plan on this? All right, so this is the Star Wars diorama thing that we've been working on. It's almost done. The models are pretty much done. At this point, it is just finishing up the base thing, the diorama thing. Which, this is going to be done this month. Absolutely. Because I don't want to look at this. I don't want to look at this anymore. I want this to be... I want Tizzy to get this, and I want it to be done. Because I think I'm going to take a break, and I would like to paint up that carnival thing. I want to finish an entire faction in you know, 5 models. Yeah, brother. I'm sure we all feel all kinds of ways like that about a lot of things. All right, Star Wars. Palpatine. Return of the Jedi. Give in to your anger. Good, good, good. You must, before your friends, survive. Return of Jedi. On a window out of death. Star. That's a really specific thing. Okay, now was there a scene where Luke looks out of Death Star window? Like I feel like there was a scene when he was looking out the window and you could see them, like, you could see the battle over Endor. Right? That wasn't just me. I feel like that was a thing. That was a scene they had. Because Palpatine's, you know, talking to him. He's like, you must do the dark side before your friends die. There it is. Yeah, it's right there. Okay, so there's definitely a window, but it's not the one behind Palpatine. So we're not going to do it like that. What we're going to do is we're going to put it behind Palpatine, maybe in the upper right-hand window. And just so we all know what I'm talking about, here's a... I'll put it up on the whip. A whip. Whip. So this right here. No, he was on Endor. Yeah, because he's on. Yeah, he meets him on Endor, and they go up, and that's when the space battle happens. Out of another space window. Space window. Not as opposed to a regular window. It's a window specifically for space. It just has some Ewoks just floating around in the vacuum of space. Are they dead? Or can Ewoks survive the vacuum of space? Is that established in the lore somewhere? Oh, they are dead. Okay, they're dead. Good. Oh yes, they're very dead. Okay, good. Okay, so what I hypothesize, what I think we should do is we should paint the stars for it'll be an Easter egg for Dizzy. So very dead. You guys are funny. All right, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna paint the stars first. I think is probably the best way to do that. I learned a very easy and cool way to do it. I'm going to do this, and you're going to be like, wow, Dylan, you're so cool. I want to give you bits. But but their sacrifice was very moving. Well, that's good. That's good for them. Good for them. All right, so what we do is you get a brush, and I actually have a white. I have a white Micron pen as well. So this is what we're gonna do. We are gonna take some white paint. This is actually how I learned how to do this on easel paintings. Many Ewoks died to bring us this paint job. You should paint a hyper-realistic portrait of George Lucas in bottom of the base so that they can get George Lucas if they pick up the diorama. I was looking for a white Micron pen today. Where'd you get it? I think I got it at, I think it was like Hobby Lobby. I don't even remember why I got it. But there's the info. It's going to be reversed, of course. It's a Jelly Roll 05 Japan Sakura. Alright, so what you do is you take the back of the brush and you dip it in the paint. Kind of like that. And then you just go up to the thing and you give it a little poke. And boom! You got a star. You got a wicked star. And then after the paint starts to dry, you can kind of turn it and get a variation in the size of your stars, but it makes it roughly circular. And the variations in quality will kind of give it that like space effect. Boom! Look at that. You got some stars for your Star Wars. It's okay. You can tell me I'm a genius. It's fine. But yeah, I learned this doing easel paintings. And once I learned it, I was like, oh, that's genius. That reminds me of something, an art shop close in my city, and I got to buy Liquitex ink for $1 a pop. No, the ink lord. No, I don't. Well, oh, okay, never mind. You don't have oil paints. I was gonna say, are you John Wapple? You're never gonna believe, dude. You're never gonna believe who was here just a couple days ago. You should have charged before showing this. Now I don't have to pay. Now you don't have to pay any bits. Wilmar, you're gonna notice that when you go to do it on your model, it's actually gonna ask you to be like, "Hey, yo, bud, you owe somebody some bits for this one." What are you talking about? You don't pay taxes anyway. And we used the blackest black paint because there's no light in space. Because in space nobody can hear you transmit light. Get some tiny ones. And if you get some that aren't perfect spheres, that's okay, because it kind of creates some variation, I think. And so if you do this, it's probably going to leave a little bit of room around the borders, which to me makes it seem a little fake. So what we're going to try and do, and that's the first, I've never done this before. If my model talks to me, that means I left my Tamiya extra thin cement bottle open. He's like my evil alter ego. I'm trying to contain him. Well, he's the oil paint guy, right? All right, so I've never done this before with an actual. But yeah, these are much smaller. So I'm just gonna go in here and just do some tiny dots. And I'm gonna try and put these closer to the edge. Maybe even like in the edge, you know, like in the nook. Because it's all about the nookie, you know? You know what I'm saying, Fry Man? Because when you do that, I think it creates a bit of a little bit of variation that this needs. Because if it's all towards the center, it doesn't look quite as realistic. And, you know, you can cluster it up in some areas and kind of leave it open in others. Like, obviously, the universe is very non-uniform, shall we say. The Indian in the cupboard. What a reference. You know that movie where the kid has like a little closet where he puts his toys and they come alive?
Right there over the battle for the moon of Endor.
The moon of Endor. Does that look good? Does that look like a starfield? Hello, guys.
Hello, guys.
Oh, no.
It's me, John Stephen Hawking. Somebody needs to stop this nerd. He's putting stars in non-canonical places. And it's making me cringe. Space y'all later, nerds.
John Stephen Hawking, no! I'm here, day 3 of rigging this stupid boat. First of all, boat's not stupid. You're stupid. God, you just missed John Stephen Hawking, Jay. He was just here. Okay, now guys, listen to this, right? We're going to take some bright, neutral gray, and we're going to draw some Star Destroyers. How's the spaceman going to help?
Watch out. Some of those stars are coming right
Oh, they're too close! Alright, so we're going to focus the battle on this side of the thing, because when Papa John is right here, we're going to have the battle over here, because I think Luke is standing over here canonically. And then the Battle of Endor. Alright, so we're going to try and draw some Star Destroyers. And so a Star Destroyer is like it's like a friggin' triangle, but in space.
Go for Papa Palpatine.
So we're going to start with a line. Hey, Chris, does this count as freehand? So it looks like that, but then we're going to give it a little bit of depth, especially more near the back. And then Star Destroyers have that, they have the deck on the back. So I'm going to give it a little bit more height. So we're going to draw like a little command deck. And then put the shield generators. Right there. Boom! Blammo! Shellacka-wacka. Boom, look at that, a Star Destroyer. Anybody looking at this is going to be like, oh my god, where did that Star Destroyer come from? I can't even see it on the camera. There it is, it's right there. Look at that, boom, it's Star Destroyer. Is this implying that some of those stars are as close as the Star Destroyers? Listen, it's space, man. Freehand! Habamus Papatinus. John Freehand. John Freehand in the house. Shit. Alright, here we go. We're going to do another one. Because one Star Destroyer needs a friend, okay? Look, they're going in for the pincer attack here. There's the deck and the bridge. Boom! Shield generator. Blammo. Star Destroyer. I can see my house from here. Give it a set of shiny rims. All right, you know what the next one?
They sure are destroying those stars.
They sure are. We gotta draw some tinier ones. Those stars didn't stand a friggin' chance. George Lucas, we're gonna need some more stars for the Star Destroyers.
Hello guys, it's Misa Bulba, Neek Mi Chawa, Wermo, Mo Kili Maka Nunki.
You can't say that on a stream! You're gonna get me canceled. Okay. I think that gets the point across. Because I don't think you can see any of the rebel capital ships. It's Risa Boba Chawa. Maybe like an Ewok could be peeping in from the window watching a lightsaber fight. Chris, you know what? I'll send it to you so you can. I forget what Ewoks look like. They sure are destroying those stars. What makes him a goat? He didn't look like a goat to me. Alright, this is what we're going to do. We're going to draw some explosions. Because you guys are like, yeah, I can see those Star Destroyers and they look sick AF. But what's happening to the rebellion?
Forgot what Ewoks look like. I'll send you some paint.
I hate you. Because you'd be like, hey, look, it's Papa P. It's Papa John. And you're over here, there's like a friggin' space battle over here. You're like, what's going on over there? I don't know what's happening. So what we're going to do, you see, this is what we're going to do. We're going to take some yellows, all right? Some yellows. And we're going to paint some solid yellow first, okay? You with me? You catching this, camera guy? And we're going to do that same technique. We're going to take that brush and we're going to go... Look at that. Look at all that nasty, nasty, nasty yellow. Well, we don't want too much of that yellow on there. So we're going to wipe away some of it. And we're going to real gently. We're going to go over here and we're going to be like, boom. A blammo. Kablam. Alaka-boom. Shlaka boom. So many explosions. Oh my god, look at all the death. Look at this guy. Oh god, we're taking damage to the shield generator or whatever the hell is going on over there. Oh my god. There's so much explosions. You painted like 12 Ewoks, Jesse. I don't know what you're talking about. What is an Ewok? I don't think that happened. I think you're trying to goof me. Okay? Who's Jesse? I like that they are all in a conga. Well, if you look at the picture. Listen, I'm trying to keep this as realistic as possible, okay? Listen. Look at the picture. Look, they're all in a straight friggin' line. You tell me I'm wrong. I'm trying to keep this as accurate to the film as possible. And then you got people like Chris who are like, have an Ewok looking through the window. This is a hardcore Star Wars fan. And as soon as I mess with it, you know what he's going to do? He's going to get mad at me. Alright, here we go again. You might think I've gone crazy. Dr. D's going crazy? Nope. Using some transparent yellow. We're going to do the same thing. Back of the brush. Because we want perfect circles. And I want this to make...
If you're so hardcore, how come you don't know what an Ewok looks like?
Why is this always about me? Why can't we focus on, you know, other things other than me on my painting channel? Look at all the explosions. Blammo, kablam, kabango, boom, bang, boom, bambo. Most of the time when people deny not knowing something, they're very, very topic and secret. No! Hardcore. When did I say, what am I hardcore on? What am I hardcoring on? Exactly, huh? Listen, I did it, okay? Does that look like a battle scene? Will you guys stop being mean to me?
We are the Ewoks. We're the spirits from the forest moon.
Mm-hmm. 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 There. For someone who doesn't like Star Wars, you sure paint... I hate
We are
you!
brave, we are bold. Like our storytellers told, that we're strong and we will fight. And we'll stand up for our rights.
What's your right? Is it the party? Alright, well, I'm hoping that's good enough, because I don't know how else to make it more interesting looking. And I was hoping that I could have some friendly encouragement, but you guys are too busy trying to tear me apart emotionally. So the last thing that I got to do on this is I got to do all of these little, like, lights, which is going to take a obnoxious amount of time. It's going to take me so long, which I hate, but I'll do it. And then it's done. I might do a little bit of cleanup on certain spots, but I don't think I'll do a whole lot. I think overall, I think it came out pretty good. Bro hasn't seen the most peak Star Wars show ever, and it shows. What is it? So yeah, there you go. What do you guys want from me? The Ewoks cartoon. Did. I do have bad news for you. This in the art is a African. Well, he's not African American, I guess. He's an African man. I'm gonna paint him as a Caucasian. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So there you go. I actually finished both of the things that I wanted to work on today. I'm the best. And I will take your kisses as payment. I will say, I gotta do the best part. You're not getting any kisses.
I'm not getting any kisses, Millhouse.
I want kisses! Alright, I won't give myself credit for the Strike Me Down diorama, but I did do freehand. It is. I'm gonna give myself. It's also terrain. I'm gonna give myself terrain. I don't know how else to classify the thing. Actually, that Starfield looks pretty good. I do love to brag about my numbers. It makes me feel good. Listen, when you paint as much stuff as I do, it's the only thing that keeps me going sometimes, okay? A buddy Christ. Blood and plunder. Boom. Watch this. Boom, it's painted. Boom, it's based. Boom, it's free-handed, baby. Look at that, 86. I'm gonna do this anyway. Boom, boom, 87. 87, boys. 87 models, baby. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Bro, the Excel sheet. He loves bragging those numbers. Bullying someone parasocially, it's what keeps me going. Well, you know, I'm glad you could get both of those things in this one place. Parasocially. And you know what? Here's the thing. I've told people this quite a few times. I used to think I was a slow painter. Like, I honest to goodness used to think that. And then Wilmar said to me, he pulled me aside, right? We went to the back alley. And then he punched me as hard as he could right into my scrot, okay? Just as hard as he could. Which the good news is that he's got these pathetic little arms, right? So, you know, I didn't even flinch, right? But I acted like it hurt, so I fell on the ground. I screamed. I said, you know, you're not my son. You're not my son. right? And I forgot where I was going with this. But oh, that's right. And he said that Dylan. He said you're a slow painter. And I realized that now that I'm tracking it, I am in fact not a slow painter. I think I'm a very fast painter who gets very good quality out of the amount of time that he spends. I'm not the fastest. I'll be the first to admit it. But I think I'm doing a pretty damn fine job.
How do you paint at all with them twigs for arms?
Bullying, Can I show you the Euripides crew I went against last time? The dude, it's insane. Yeah, I would love to. Yeah. Just twig arms. You want to wrestle? I worked my arms out yesterday. You just wait until my commute gets shorter, Omar. You just wait. You just wait. Thank you, Chris. Alright, what I think I'm going to do is... I think I'm going to finish these guys. I think I'm going to finish an entire army.
You worked out? Too bad you aren't seeing results.
I've also had food poisoning for like the past 2-3 days. So I haven't been the most active, let's just put it that way. Posted it in general. I was in awe. Wicked awe. Yeah, that blue is gorgeous. Yeah, we should look at this. Yeah, that's very pretty. Euripides 2 is like so much smaller. Yeah, that's very pretty. Every individual tooth. He painted his twofers. Well, that's what you do, man. You didn't miss anything at Webway. Pretty sleepy evening. Yeah, I'm glad to hear it. Oh, that's right. I forgot you went that. I forgot you went yesterday. Yeah, sorry I wasn't able to go. My insides were they were paying the price. I came home and I slept. Like, as soon as I walked in the door, I was like, hey, Kara, how's it going? And then I passed out for like 3 hours. What do you mean, how? It's not that hard. You just put paint on it. And you just slowly but surely paint it. You see, us Excel spread... I don't want to brag or anything, Pizza, but us Excel spreadsheet people, that's what we do. You know how you're bullying people parasocially or whatever. While you're doing that, we're painting teefers. You could say that, yes. you could say that. You could say we excel at it, yeah. I've been struggling with painting Euripides. Might have to try and reverse engineer this paint job. That looks airbrushed to me. Like, not as a bad thing. He told me he did most of the work with airbrush, purple base tone, then some blue and some zenithal lighter blues. Yeah, that's all airbrush work. So, I serve the Venetian Navy. Hi ho, Silver! Ugh. Wilmar, how do you feel about War Machine? I looked at all the factions today, and I just felt an overwhelming sense of meh. Also, oil paint's really diluted for the details of the bones, ropes, and all that. The guy knows his stuff. I just need to get into oil painting. Yeah, that looks real nice, and yeah, airbrush for me. Airbrush for sure. The Cyclops are the most apparent hard pat. Okay, sweet. Glad it's not just me. Okay, never mind. It's like the same game right now, isn't it? Are they actually gonna make hordes, or is it just all War Machine now? Yeah, Gators are definitely not in there right now. They took away my my sexy dragon lady fleet. Wasn't happy about it. And you know what? While we're here, ooh, actually, we can make this guy too. Gators or death. So he's got a rapier that just doesn't it just doesn't quite stab like it used to. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Fryman? So I might just have a little guilty pleasure and finish up these guys. I might just paint Patrician Force before I get back to Blood and Plunder or something. I do think next, I think I'm gonna pound out one model for. I should just paint both models for Chris and get it over with, and then go back and do a Cyberpunk model or something. I am always painting. The Patrician would definitely be wearing a glove, so it's probably only a little bit of skin. Is it APB? ABP? I had a feeling. Had a feeling it was coming. Had a feeling it was coming. I am always pooping. That's painfully apparent. Second prize, set of steak knives. Third prize, you're fired. Can I have some coffee? I just want some coffee. Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers. That's true. That's very true. Oh, God. I just want to know, guys, does it end when we die? Just reminds me of that scene in Barbie where they're dancing. Do you guys ever think about death? It doesn't. Not a girl boss to be found. Not a girl boss to be found. That's true. You imagine what his writing would be like for like a lady boss type character. Could you imagine what that would be like? I could find every magnet except the 25 mil. That might be it right there. I did it. How we are monkeys on a floating rock. Brother, you ain't wrong. You are not wrong about that. And eventually this rock is going to get hit by something, right? It's written on a piece of space paper somewhere. It's like, yo, that blue marble, it's going to get hit by Cthulhu's giant anus. Just as a complete and total cosmic happenstance, you know, just kind of completely by accident. Hit by a floating Ewok. Yeah, exactly. Chris understands. You see, this is what I don't understand, guys. Is everybody's like, Dylan, I want you to paint literally a billion models. Literally a billion, okay? Dylan, paint these models, okay? And then the next sentence out of somebody's mouth is usually like, have you seen this movie? Did I just step in dog pee? No, okay. Have you guys seen this movie? And I'm like, no. And then inevitably somebody's like, why not? Why haven't you seen this movie? And I'm like, because I've painted a million models. Does it make me sad? Sometimes. Oh, it wasn't pee, it was airbrush cleaner. So what is a man to do? Little Nicky is a masterpiece. That's true. Little Nicky is definitely one of the best movies ever made. I give up rigging is the worst thing I've ever done in modeling. It wasn't that bad. How the hell do you tie a knot and keep tension? I don't know how I can show you. I mean, what I did was, so, like on the string, right? I would, like, tie it. I would do a, what do they call it, a butterfly knot? Or a loop knot? Is that what it's called? A sailor could show you. Yeah, that's true. So, I did this, right? So, I would make a knot, right? And I would put it around the rigging spot. I would make it real tight. And then I would double knot it. So I would double knot. I'm not going to do it right now because then I wouldn't be able to untie it. But I would double knot this. Then I would measure it to wherever, right? So like, I don't know, like right there, right? And I would... I would cut it probably like right here. Then I would loop it, and then I would literally just pull it. I would pull it until there's a little... I would pull it until it's as tight as I want it, and then I would loop it again. And then I would just make it really tight, and then I would glue... I glue the knot. I didn't find rigging all that bad, actually. I thought it went really well. I think they do at the very end. In whatever article I was reading of theirs, I think it said it at the very end. But I was thinking the same thing. I was like, if I don't glue this now, it might just unknot until, you know, while I'm messing with other stuff. Obviously, I just double made sure it was in the right spot before I glued it. Because once it's glued, it's probably not coming off. I didn't expect to see Jesus get dialogue. Yeah, that's fair. He's into some kinky stuff, man, let me tell you. Alright, so what we're going to do. It's the last thing we do before I tell you guys to buzz off. Which, by the way, thanks, guys, for joining us. I think we had a really good show today. I really appreciate the love. I really do. So this is one of Kara's models. And I'm going to do the ocean part of it. So what I do is I get a silicone tip brush. You could use like a toothpick or whatever you want to use. I really love AK water gel. Blue Atlantic. It's like a water effect, but it has some viscosity to it. I'm a big fan of this stuff. So, like, as you can see, like, when it dries, it looks like this. And before it dries, it looks like this. It's kind of like this goo. A goo! So what I do is I just put it on there. It's got a very... It's very very colored. So when you put it on there, you don't have to worry about there being, like, an undercoat to this. Or you don't need there to be an undercoat. And I've also put this on top of clear acrylic water effect. And you can do that in order to make like waves and stuff like that. So if you do it without it, it makes it kind of flat, right? So kind of like a calm beach. I don't want this to be too complicated on Jesus. So Jesus, I'm just going to have him standing on water. I thought that was kind of clever. I think he did that in a book. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, when it dries, I'm going to paint white wake on it. Just to give it a little, just to break up the blue. Because it's going to dry very, very blue. So for a lot of my other models, I would put down some I can't speak. Clear acrylic water effect. This gel. It's mostly for like waterfalls and stuff. Because it retains a shape. And I would put that underneath it just to give it like some structure. Because it'll dry clear. And then I would put this on top of it just to give it color. But I want this to kind of look like he's standing on clear water. Or, not clear, still. Like still water. I am messing up like every single sentence. I apologize. I'm like... I'm clearly... I'm on something. Clearly. And just make sure you got enough of it to make it opaque. So that the black doesn't shine through. Although it probably doesn't matter in the long run because I'm just going to paint over it. And then that's how I do my beach and ocean stuff. I'm clearly drunk. I'm clearly very drunk. I'm drunk on the booty. Look at that booty. Show me the booty. I want the booty. I love the booty. I want the booty. Yeah, I think the next stuff we're going to do is, I think we're going to finish the Venetians, or the Patrician guy, these 6 models. I think I'm going to, well, I'm going to finish the Navy guys, because this noble lady is going to look different. This is going to be different colors completely, because she's a noble, but, yeah, I think I'm going to finish these guys, finish a complete army, an army for that game. And then I think I'm going to paint Mary Problems first. And then I might just immediately do... I think I'm going to do the drive guy at the same time and just finish both. Kind of one after another. That way I can just give them both back to you at the same time. I don't think those will take too long. This is a fancy box. I'm going to put that there. We got the pinning wizard here. He's the pinball wizard. Chris, do you care what the box was for? A shaving brush? Oh, I see. Do you care what the bases look like? I'm assuming you wanted to keep it consistent with what you already have. It's time for this lad to go sleep. Have a good one, people. We are about to close up ourselves, Mr. Pizza. Wonderful as always to have you, my friend. Thank you for joining us again, my man. Wonderful as always. It's time. Yeah, just good to carry a single fig. Well, you carry two. Look at that. You got double the bang for your buck on that one. Yeah, do you care what the bases look like, buddy? I expected that you'd use the ones in the box, but I will leave that. No. That's fine. Do you care what color they are? Like, do you have a basing theme already? No, you should. Okay. That's a big chonkin' magnet. Big heckin' chonker. Okay, so this is going to be a stereotypical Tunguska-y kind of paint job, and then this is going to look like Ryan Gosling from Drive. I can definitely do that. With the fancy jacket and the hat. Okay. I'll get those primed. I might actually need primer. I have been using a lot of primer. You know what? I think that's as good a place as any to stop. Yeah, so guys, thank you very much for joining me. We got a lot done today. We got a lot more done than I thought we were gonna. I am most excited. Yeah, me too. I'm actually kind of curious. I've never... I haven't painted either one of those models, so... That's always fun. And it will give me freehand points, which is obviously a big plus. At least for Ryan Gosling. And hey, more paint jobs. More paint jobs for the paint throne. Guys, thank you very much for joining me. It has been a privilege for you to hang out with me as long as you guys have. Let's see if there's somebody we can raid.
remove it after it's glued? I mean, he just kind of pops off. He doesn't
Somebody-
have like his own stand.
There's somebody here painting. The Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop. God's sakes. Guys, thanks for joining me. Guys, thanks for joining me. We're gonna go over there. Make sure you give him a big old Dr. D love fest. We're gonna go over there. Make sure you give him a big old Dr. D. I should be here Sunday. Love fest. We're gonna go over there. Make sure you give him a big old Dr. D. I should be here. I should be here Sunday. I don't think anything's gonna stop me. So guys, thank you very much. Love you. See you then.